Another important callback in full-tick environment is when we're closing the window. We want to be able to perhaps preserve an unsaved information and warn the user that they're closing a window which will close the entire application, and there potentially is an unsaved information. So it's important to be able to intercept the closing attempt by the user and be able to make a decision whether to give them a warning or exit the application silently. So in order to be able to accomplish this, we're going to add this new function named callback window closing, and again we're going to be using the same signature. Well, first I will select from here the signature of this function. I'll press Ctrl C to copy it, and then highlight make window, say new code function method. This is a brand new function that we'd like Fluid to generate. Then copy and paste the signature of this, and if you recall before, we said static void, indicating that this is not a member of any class. So just going to click OK. You can see it's full view right now, and I'm going to click OK. So this new callback function is added to the system. We can copy and paste this code into, once it gets highlighted in the main view of Fluid, say new code and just the code block, new code, here, copy and paste the new code, click OK. So now the function has the body. We also need to make sure that the window is configured to use this as a window closing callback. To do this, we need to select this one more time, highlight WinApp, which is the object, the window object, and open its properties. We can just double click, and in C++ callback area, we'll just copy and paste the name of this function so that this window will know that in its callback it will call this function. Alright, so I'm just going to close this, and hopefully we'll be able to compile it and test it. In order to be able to test, once again, very important, we're going to say File, Save, which saves Fluid project, and then File, Write Code. So writing code regenerates the files we include in our project. So let's take a look at the generated code. You see that this is new function that was just generated for us. And also note that when we construct WinApp, our main window right here, part of make window call, we construct the new window and then we set the callback to be a callback window closing. So let's see how this builds. So this compiles fine. Of course, right now our callback doesn't do much. It actually makes an exit right away. So in order to be able to see this, let's set a breakpoint right here. And we can start in debug mode. Start debugging. So we can test the basic functionality that we already had before. Here's our test button. Now we're closing the window, and you see that now we're just stopped in this breakpoint, and now it tells us that the X button was clicked, exiting the program. So we can, by the way exit works, that this is a call into the operating system which never comes back. In return to this, operating system will remove our program from its memory and the process will exit. So I'm just going to say debug, continue, and the application exits. And this is, by the way, the new exit code that is supplied by the exit call. So this demonstrates steps to execute to be able to add a window closing callback. So now we have a button which makes a callback into our application, and also a window at the time of its closing also making a callback, notifying us that the window is closing.